One.
Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Hey, I'm
Go.
Dustin from the Good Brothers. Me, Zach, and Jesse are here.
Hey.
And Matt, you take it away.
And I'm Matt from Macabrecast. I'm happy to be here with you guys, and I'm so honored that I'm your first elderly guest.
Yeah.
Not even elderly. This first guest, dude.
Yeah, first guest.
Oh, no shit, really?
Yeah.
Damn you, Dave!
Yeah, we tried.
The nurse let me out for a while, so
All right, good.
yeah.
You always look like that too. This is not face paint.
No, this is just my dementia.
Yeah.
All right.
Together though, we are part of the Gangline podcast, and we're both.
Say that again,
both
Dust.
got
What is
shows
it?
there?
Yeah, you
Together,
cut
we
off.
are the part of the Gangline Assembly, and we both have shows on there, and we are doing a collaboration for the spooky season, baby.
Yeah, all the ghoulies out there.
Yeah, man.
Ghoulies, the ghosties.
Yeah, if you're
Serial
watching,
killers.
if you're watching
serial
this,
killers.
we're doing a tier maker of scariest video games.
And also, for Matt's listeners, we are the Good Brothers are a video game podcast. We watch and play and talk about video games and entertainment stuff and movies and whatnot.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Heck
It's the only video game podcast I listen to.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
And then Matt's podcast is all about creepy stuff, macabre.
Yeah, we cover paranormal stuff, horror movies, and eventually true crime.
Yeah,
if I can get that off the ground.
I've really been enjoying your creepy catch-up episodes.
Oh,
They're a lot
thank
of
you.
fun.
Yeah, check out the YouTube
Well
channel. I
made.
put a lot of work into that. Macabrecast clips on YouTube.
Yeah, it's
All
worth,
right.
it's
Well,
worth a watch.
you made a clips channel. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I put a lot of work into it. It's fun.
All right, somebody
Yeah.
want to explain what we're doing here?
Subscribed.
Zach, you explain it. Get in there.
Woo!
Get in there.
Yeah,
dude.
well, we made it yesterday. So, tier maker, we're ranking games based on scariness factor. It's not necessarily
Specific.
about the most fun, but it's kind of, it has to be fun to be scary in a way. So,
Yeah, that makes
ranking
sense.
games based on scary factor. It looks like I think it's in alphabetical order, but I added 2 lists, so it might get a little mixed towards the end. But we're ranking 40 games. We each picked about 10, you can say.
We picked
40
up, by the way. It's important.
We chose all these games. We made this list. You can actually go and rank these exact games yourself if you wanted to. It's public, and you can go and rank them yourself. It's scariest scary games ranked by Scariness. I believe that's the name of the tier listing. So
Can you say scariest about 16 more times, please?
yeah.
Also, we only put
They gotta be
games.
scary.
We only put games in this list that at least one of us have played.
At least one of us has played any one of these particular games here.
Mm-hmm.
Not that many are going to make it to the top tier when you really think about it. There's going to be a very, like 3 maybe.
Yeah, I think a lot of them get weeded out right below that.
Yeah.
Just the underwear
Oh
change
yeah,
needed.
we didn't even talk about our
tiers.
Our tier ranking is based on how bad you're gonna pee your pants. During
Well, and then the top
excursion,
level
I guess.
is just scariest scary games.
Scary games, exactly.
Does it count if I'm actively pissing my pants right now?
Yes. Is it dribbling pee down your leg?
I don't know if
I don't know. I feel liquids. I don't know what they are, but
okay. Some kind of liquid is coming out as we speak.
I guess if you're already
That's
peeing before you start the game, then well, it has to go into poop meters.
Oh boy.
Sweet.
It's the only thing that makes sense. Let's get into it. They're in alphabetical order. Mess with them after once we get them all kind of in place. I don't know. There's a lot of games here.
Somebody
many
wants to
games do
go
you have
ahead
on
and
here?
maybe just like
40
read the list.
games. 40 games.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll name the games that we got in here real quick. Alien Isolation,
We'll go through them.
Bioshock, Bloodborne, Condemned, Darkness, Dead Space, Dino Crisis, Fatal Frame 2, Fear, Five Nights at Freddy's, Friday the 13th, Little Nightmares, Manhunt. What is that?
Murder House.
Murder House, Nightmare Creatures, Outlast,
Phasmophobia.
Yeah, PT, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 7, 2, Splatterhouse, The Suffering, The Forest, House of the Dead 2, The Last of Us 1 and 2, The Walking Dead, the Telltale series, The Thing, Until Dawn, Red Cut, Alan Wake, Nun Massacre, Doom 3, Doom 1, Fatal Frame 1, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 2 remake, specifically The Evil Within, and The Last of Us 1.
Dang, what
Good
a list.
Good list.
Dude, I'm so glad you have Nightmare Creatures on there. That's
Yeah.
so close to my heart.
Yeah, we knew you would like that one.
Thank you.
It's a good game.
It's great. All right. I guess let's just start, dude.
Do we just pick a random and then go from there?
We can talk
Yeah,
about
we could
whatever.
go
We
whatever.
can start with however, man.
You really
You
can't.
want to start with
rank it.
Nightmare Creatures right off the bat? and have
Ultimately,
this
we're
get
gonna
Yeah,
be
let's do
ultimate
ranking-
Nightmare
hit?
Creatures.
Ultimately, we'll be ranking 40 games, so no matter how we cut at it.
Now, here's the thing. It says dry undies, pee dribbling down my leg, and then some pee. Shouldn't some pee be on the second tier?
Me and Zach had a debate about this. That was a
It
tough
was
one.
rough.
Is that why you guys are both bruised today?
Yeah,
Did you fight about it?
We figured dribbling pee was just like, the dribblets. Just and
Oh, okay.
if they get down your leg, then you just have a big one,
Yeah.
which none of us do probably. So, but well, I mean,
I've
we had to
never
think
had
about
that
it.
issue.
So some pee is like, oh yeah, you a bit, you got a little wet spot coming through the pants now.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
that's
I
kinda,
understand
That's
now.
kind of where we
I
landed.
felt
on
like the dribbling was like where it's like barely coming out of the dingle, and the
Yeah.
some pee is like at least the stream. There's some kind of stream at some point happening.
Yeah.
that.
Zach,
don't
don't
want
say
that.
dingle, please.
A little dangle in the dingle.
Please.
It's the angle.
It's the outfit he's wearing. He's thinking about the dingle.
Dude,
Real
I
quick,
told you.
with the scare factor, because a lot of these games are going to be like just real tense. Does that go into is scary and tense? Do we have to like combine those two?
They're
'Cause, like-
close cousins, so I think
Yeah,
it's
they
okay.
are.
I would say
They're-
so.
They're related.
All right, good. All right, we're on the same page. Nightmare.
Yeah, Nightmare Creatures. I would put it probably in dry undies. It's to me, it wasn't a scary game, but I played it probably 60 times.
Yes.
So
It was scary because the controls were so shitty.
yeah,
Tank-
it's like a
tank
flight
controls.
simulator, but you're
Mhm.
fighting werewolves and shit.
And the only thing that could keep you alive in that game is like your 2 shotgun bullets.
I
Like-
remember small parts of that game. I've definitely played pieces of it as a child, but it's scary. I was probably terrified of it because I was just terrified of any kind of game that probably
Yeah,
had
like,
a
a
It
lot of
has
you-
monster.
great atmosphere.
It was
Yeah, dude,
scary
it-
when that
what-
first like werewolf thing pops out at you. You're like, oh fuck, dude.
We
Okay,
were
well,
saying
ju-
it's like the original Bloodborne in a way. It has
Mhm.
that same
All right.
vibe.
I
Is
say
it a-
dribbling pee down my leg then.
Is it a
Just a
dribbler?
step up, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not scary, and when we played it we were way young, we got to put ourselves in the shoes and panties of
The
our child
mindset.
selves.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we were talking about this on Frank Welker, I think, not too long ago. It's like
Oh heck yeah!
that game to me, I used to play it every single day because I just hid in my room because my parents were fighting every day, and I listened to Antichrist Superstar and play Nightmare Creatures for
Yep.
like 6 hours.
Oh yeah,
Heck
dude.
yeah, dude. I feel
So-
like I only remember playing this game from like maybe you and Odd. Like a lot of the games that we played was like over the shoulder of you guys.
For sure.
Probably, yeah.
Especially in the PlayStation era, because you
Yeah,
would
yeah.
bring your PS1 over and we caught influence that way.
Hey,
so-
real quick, since we have you, we mentioned it on a podcast a while ago, and
I already know what you're gonna say.
it's a
Oh,
great
no.
story. It's
Oh,
it's
no.
funny. It's
You're
funny
gonna-
now.
he's gonna know. He's gonna be mad.
There was a time you lent us Super Mario 64,
64.
and we erased your file that had
Your
all
150 star
150
file.
stars on it.
Dude, I don't remember that at all.
That
Yeah,
totally happened.
that was the
bro.
last time you let us borrow a game.
It
Hey,
totally happened.
Zach, do you
Oh,
think we
no.
were more paranoid than he was actually?
That might have
No,
been the case.
I remember Matt actually being pretty upset.
Me
I
too.
would be too.
Uh-huh.
I remember him kicking Zach in the face.
Yeah, I
I
remember
would
him.
be
God, I
too.
kicked you in the
Yeah,
face.
that's what I
Yes.
remember.
I'm
Uh-huh.
so
Yes.
sorry about that.
Horse kick. Uh-huh.
The good thing is that drugs have totally destroyed my memory. So I don't remember that.
Oh god.
All right, moving
Yeah,
on.
I don't remember
Maybe
that.
that
at
was
all.
just a traumatic
Well,
moment for
damn,
us,
maybe
dude.
that was just
So we
us
all
that
remembered it.
fucking, I'll never
You
forget
think I was
that.
just gonna kick the door in?
Yeah, dude. Oh, good shit. Oh, should we? Since we're did Nightmare
Woo.
Creatures, let's get into Bloodborne. Same vibes, spookier, newer.
I love Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, if you're talking about tense and everything, the Bloodborne might be at the top. Because once
Yeah,
once
Doom-
you get to a boss or any of hard enemy and you're in that battle,
yeah, your heart starts beating.
It's
There's
fucking
definitely.
scary.
I was just gonna say, there's not many games where you actually have as fast, like even beating a boss, like the feeling of. But scariness, when it comes to Soulsborne series, it's definitely the setting and the weapons and the gore is definitely top. Not
Yeah.
it's the top of
But
scariness.
even to the point of enemies popping out at you through a dark alley or something, like you will
It's scary.
shriek. You
There are
know,
Jump
scary-
scares, yeah. It's full of jump
Yeah,
scares.
it should at least be in the second tier.
If
I'm
I were to
top.
say,
I would
maybe
say
underwear change.
I would
Well-
say in the top.
Well,
Yeah.
Jess, maybe we should put like if it's super tense, it may be. If it's not, yeah, I don't know, guys. It's a
I
tough
would think
one.
underwear change needed for that game. It's not one of the scariest scary games.
Okay.
It's
We'll
not
put
as
it there
scary.
for right now, and then
I don't
maybe
want to
move it up
spoil
later.
it, but I wouldn't think it's as scary as the scariest scary games.
We could maybe spoil games that are close to like 8 years old now, possibly.
No, not spoil in that way. I don't want to spoil our rankings.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, what now? Jess, maybe we'll all pick one. I picked Bloodborne, Matt. Well, I guess you didn't pick Nightmare Creatures. Sorry. Maybe we should all pick one though.
This is why you go in
Okay,
order.
I'm still thinking about my Mario 64 save files.
Now
Yeah,
you
it's
remember.
coming back to me now.
Nope.
I picked the thing.
Oh.
Let's go.
So who
I
so
was-
who played that game here?
I did, but I was a child.
Oh, what is it
Yeah.
on? What was it on? What gen?
It was on Xbox 360
Oh, okay.
and maybe PS1.
I think it's PS2, Xbox era.
Okay.
Did they do one of those weird things where they kind of try to change the movie up or be?
Sorry to break it to you, Dust. I can hardly hear you.
You keep cutting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
I said, did they do it like beat for beat to the movie?
No, it's like a
No, you
sequel to
can't.
the movie.
It's a yes,
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
So it came out on Xbox and PlayStation 2.
I'm going to say the right in the middle.
Okay.
I would think so.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
have
up to
many
you two.
memories of it. Man, maybe we shouldn't have included that one. Nah, that's a good spot. We're good.
I do want to try it though. It makes me want to try it.
It's hard. It's a really hard game.
That's what Zach was
hard as
saying.
shit.
Yeah.
that's exactly what Zach said. Yeah.
Like, remember
Well,
the
no.
Mission Impossible game on Nintendo 64?
Yes. Was it
Yes.
like that or what?
No,
Right.
just hard movie
It's just
games.
different.
I guess.
It's in a different way.
Do you remember that game? That was
Just
scary.
hard movie games.
Should we get Five Nights at Freddy's out of the way since that's specifically jump scares?
I mean, if you're talking scary games,
I
I'd put it right
mean-
up top.
Yeah, I
It's-
haven't played it, but I've watched a lot of people play it.
It was a
And
big,
it's
it was
scary.
huge YouTube
Like,
game.
obviously, at some point, the scares go away when you kind of figure it out. But
But that's every game.
yeah, definitely through the beginning of, you can get a few hours of being very scared in that game.
The scariness goes away, but the jump scare will still always get you.
And it
Yeah,
happens
plus
You
every,
never figure that out.
time
With
you
the
play
profession-
around. Like every time you play around, you're gonna get scared. It will scare you.
Yeah. The profession that I'm in, it scares the crap out of me because I'm always figuring that the costumes are going to come alive at night.
Yeah, because you make these costumes. Yeah.
What profession is that, Matt, for the good brothers?
Oh, I work at a place that makes we call them walk around costumes, costumes that are at theme parks.
Mm-hmm.
That's
awesome.
spooky.
Yeah.
That could
It can
very
be spooky, dude, at night when there's
I
like
would imagine
100
so.
mannequins just staring at you.
Oh my god, that is Five Nights at Freddy's the job.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No thanks. So what? Scariest scary game?
I'd put it at the top,
I would.
at least right now. Yeah.
It had people freaking. That's for sure.
I mean, it had a big following
It's
too. Like
scary.
it came and disrupted the whole video game market. You know, like it created a new genre and like
Oh yeah. There's so many rip-offs of it.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
it started a
sure.
whole army of games just like that. And there's
I
like
don't want
those
you
games.
up here.
Freddy's one. There's a movie coming out.
Is there a movie
Eventually,
coming
yeah.
out?
Or
Movie for like
gaming
10
something.
years.
What's up with the Spirit Halloween movie? Is it just full trash ass?
It's for kids, you know.
Oh, it's a kids movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
I
it
mean,
out
Nicholas-
already?
What's up?
Is
I
it
think
out
it is,
already?
Zach. Yes, it is. It is.
Huh.
Nicholas Cage's Willy's Wonderland is all a Five Nights at Freddy's clone of a movie, and
Pretty
actually,
much.
it's some fun stuff. All right, let's just
Alright,
let's
whose
go in
turn?
order. That might make it easier. So, Alien Ice is built around the fucking radar of the alien attacking you.
I feel like we're listening to Dustin through Morse code.
Dude, I don't know
it's
why.
bad, dude.
It's so weird. This doesn't happen to Erica when you guys do yours.
When we do
Yeah,
what?
I don't get it.
I fucking don't know. Maybe I'll just stop
I'll
talking.
take
You know
over for a
sign language?
second.
I'm just gonna no.
Oh,
Not
shit.
at all. Should I put it farther away from me? Maybe. Tell me
Yeah.
if this helps. Is it
Your,
better
your
now?
voice is just too boombastic for it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
God damn it!
I think it is helping.
All right.
Yeah, you
I
might
can't
be-
see. I just can't see you guys or.
Oh, didn't
Oh.
help.
Oh,
See you
boy,
later.
never mind.
I'll talk from way back here. Is it still cutting out now that I'm a football field?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Can you go
about
to
this.
the other side of the room, please?
Hold on.
Try from the kitchen,
Is it
bro.
better now?
Keep talking.
So if I stand all the way over here, where I see the
No,
screen more than you guys
no,
can
it doesn't.
Huh?
No, you need a new microphone.
Cool.
I think
Yeah.
it's just your internet, bro.
Guys, it's okay. Continue. It's not. It's definitely good. You guys continue the thing.
All right, Alien Isolation. You just go in order.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
think
Alien
so.
Isolation, dude.
Dude,
So
it's
pretty
fucking
scary.
terrifying.
it's a scary game, but the difficulty in it makes the flow so fucked up that it's hard to like continue to be scared, and it becomes
That is
more
true.
frustrating than scary.
Ask Dustin
Yeah.
if he has
Yeah, it
that.
does get frustrating.
That has to go into account then, man. Because if
That first hour.
Yeah, it has a very tense and scary first hour, and then it does get really frustrating. Once the human enemies, not enemies, it's not even enemies, but once the humans get involved and you have to like sneak around them, that shit is fucking frustrating as
It
hell. And
is.
it's not scary.
Are you talking about the androids?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
synthetics,
yeah,
yeah,
the
okay.
android. Yes,
I would put it up in some P.
I would
Starts
think
out
underwear change needed.
I think it starts off really scary and then just gets too hard to enjoy.
Yeah.
For you,
And
well, let me ask you this,
Okay.
Jess. That first hour that's really scary. Did you piss your pants?
no.
Then no.
I think it's scarier than some P.
Are you guys pissing your pants a lot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Every time.
Yeah, yeah, we do
Always.
that.
It's the good
You
brother.
might, you might have a urinary tract infection.
100%.
All right, well, I'm the only one who doesn't think it should go here. So, Dustin, what do you think?
Didn't play it. Don't know.
There
What?
it goes. Moving on.
I think
Alright.
I think that's fair.
I think that's
gonna-
fair.
I haven't played a lot of these games. I don't play horror games.
No, that's
I have not played
cool.
Amnesia. What do we got?
I warned everyone before this.
Who's the
Okay,
one
I
who
just
played
won't add as
Amnesia?
much.
I have played a good amount of Amnesia. I can tell you it should be at the top.
yeah.
Oh wow.
There
Without
we
a
go.
doubt, it's one of the scariest games I've ever played. Where I had to actually stop a bunch of times and step away because I was like my heart was beating too fast.
Oh, I love
What
that.
did you play this game on?
PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year? What year did it come out?
Oh god, it's been out for a
2017,
long
something.
time.
It's an older
Yeah.
one.
It's older than 2017. It's been
Oh,
out for
okay.
a really long time, but
Okay.
the graphics are not the best. But
That's not what it's about. Got it.
it's not what
got
it's
the scare
about.
factor.
It's terrifying, dude.
Got it. All right.
I had the same effect with PT. We might as well pop that up there because, of course,
No, what do
everyone
you
played
need
PT. You what?
I want to put. What, you want to just fill the scary games first?
No, but I just
We'll
want to
get
knock
to
that
it.
one out because,
We'll
like,
get to it.
again, I don't
It's
have
coming.
much. You're coming.
Well, I'm
Ooh.
peeing.
Oh, Bioshock then.
Bioshock.
Bioshock.
That game's scary. It's
It
not
can be- it
necessarily
can
a
be,
horror
yeah.
game, but it does have its scary
I
moments.
think it's a little more like on the creepy
Sci-fi?
side than scary, just from the weird little girl character. That's the only thing
Yeah.
that really gets ya.
I might put it in dry undies actually.
Yeah, I would too, honestly, because it's
Is it a dry undies game? It's more
Yeah.
tense,
Splicers,
right?
the splicers are creepy and scary, but it's nothing that's gonna
Big
make
Daddy has a baby amount of scare to him.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
The stalker vibe of the Big
Yeah.
Daddy.
yeah.
Well, the next one on the list is definitely scary.
This
This
game
is
is
like-
terrifying.
This is like underwear
Yeah.
change needed levels.
This game, I needed to change my underwear a couple times. I
I
don't
love
think it's
that the whole-
scary as scary games.
They don't make
And-
games
but-
like that enough anymore, where it's all melee based.
Man,
like
what a
Yeah.
good game.
This game is cool because it is scary, but it's also like really tense at the same time. Like,
Yes.
it's
And I don't know
good.
if you guys feel the same way, but it's like one of those games that came out where the graphics were like, holy shit, it was like
They
a
look
game
great.
changer.
At that
Mhm.
time, it was, yeah.
And that really added to things.
Yeah,
sure
sure
did.
did.
Also,
You can
like,
see like the
the
splintering of the wood of your
Yeah.
weapon. and-
the investigation sequences were actually pretty creepy at times, where
Great
you had to
lighting.
actually
Yeah.
use your like fucking gadgets to investigate. I mean, you're ultimately a detective. What a cool game. Yeah, that was
Sound-
Yeah,
awesome.
they need
Sound-
more games like that.
Sound
Yeah.
design goes a long way in spooky games.
Sound
too, and
design
that
was
had
good.
great sound design.
Whole bunch of fucking meth heads trying to kill you.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
That is
It's
super
terrifying when they
scary.
just like run up on you and they start
Hell yeah.
swinging.
Do we need to bump it up?
No.
No.
You
I
guys
don't
like
know if
it?
it's
Like
because it's not a horror game.
Because at the same time that's scary, you're still beating them with like pieces of wood and stuff, which
Yeah,
gives you
like-
the power to feel like
it
a little
doesn't
more
it,
threat
safe.
it
wasn't
doesn't
there, the
have it
threat.
doesn't have those true horror factors of not having maybe enough equipment or items or what you
Mhm.
need to actually
There's-
get out of a situation or
There is that great level where you're walking in the mannequins. Every time you turn around, they're like
Ooh,
closer
Oh,
to
that
you.
is a fun
fuck,
part.
yeah,
dude.
dude,
Yeah.
I gotta love mannequins moments like that.
It's almost like
Resident
a-
Evil did the same thing. Resident Evil.
It's almost like a darker, and this almost sounds weird, but it's like a darker Max Payne in a way. It has that kind of Max Payne feel to
I
it.
feel you.
And almost, but yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, right on.
scary game.
Yeah.
The darkness.
Bottom.
It's really awesome. It's really fun.
It's a great game.
Spooky. It's
It is
more
a
like
fun game, but it's a dry undies. You're right.
totally
Yeah,
dry
it's,
undies.
it's almost more silly. You deal with
It's real goofy, you're right? dude.
scary things, I guess. Nightmare aspects.
I guess
but-
like when you are the demon yourself, it kind of,
You have like the
Yeah.
snake arms
yeah,
or whatever.
Oh,
It
you
cuts
you're-
down when you're the evil force.
yeah, you
Mhm.
play the evil force in that game.
yeah.
You're the Terrifier.
Yeah.
You get, like, cool tentacles that you can like impale people with. The game's awesome.
It is a fun. It's a
fun.
silly fun game. Yes.
Those are my favorite kind.
Whew.
Dead
I haven't
Space, on
played
the
it.
other hand, dude.
Dead Space.
Dead Space.
We got the
Man, oh
remake
man.
coming out.
There's not even a question to me that this is top of the list. Scariest scary game. It personally to me, it's the scariest game that's ever been made. Like you have to put, I would think, in front of Five Nights at Freddy's and Amnesia, but that's just me saying that.
Is Callisto Protocol out yet?
December
December
6th,
17th
yeah.
is
Oh, that
something.
looks incredible.
Yeah,
It
it looks
does.
great.
I'm almost more excited to play that than I am with the Dead Space remake.
Both
A
of
lo-
them
I
look
think a lot of
awesome.
people
I think
are.
everyone is, yeah.
Both of them look awesome to me. The
got the-
last Dead Space remake trailer kind of got me back on to wanting to play Dead Space.
But
more,
after
though.
playing Callisto Protocol for a month and then Dead Space coming out in what,
Oh, yeah, you might be
January,
warned.
are
Oh,
you
did
gonna
you already
want to
play it?
No, I'm just saying that Callisto Protocol comes out a month before Dead Space, and they're basically
I
the
got
same
you, I
game.
got you,
So,
okay.
are you going to be Dead Spaced out by the time Dead Space comes out?
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? But man,
It
Dino
just- it
Crisis.
looks- It doesn't look like they put as much work in the remake as they did with Callisto.
No,
you got
I
the
don't think
OG
so.
people making Callisto, right? Like the
Yeah.
original.
it's the
creator
guy
of
who
Dead Space.
made the original Dead Space.
Dead Space has some great enemy design though.
It's
Dude.
again that there's moments in that game that will never leave my brain pretty much, like the elevator scene and the right when you walk in to like the main, I guess, hallway and the guy's
Mm.
beating his head on the wall
Yeah.
and it falls over. Like there's scenes in that game that are just will never leave. And the
Um,
design of how it all works with the corridors where the xenomorph or
The Xenomorph.
Xenomorph,
no.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. Xeno
Go with it.
fuckers.
where they go through like all the ventilation systems. That whole system of how the horror works in that game is top of the line pretty much.
Yeah,
with the
it's dialed
ventilation
in, dude.
Yes.
There's no HUD
Perfect.
too, so it's like super
No
cinematic.
HUD. Yeah, it's one of those first ones where they put everything that you needed was within the game. The health was
Yeah.
on your back, and what a cool game. Sound design, all of it, perfect. 10 out of 10 horror wise.
Heck yeah.
Woo. Dino Crisis.
Dino Crisis,
never
spooky
played it.
dinosaurs. It's
Neither.
Resident Evil, yeah, Resident Evil with dino.
At least
More-
the first one is.
More fun.
Well, no, I have
or
played the
more
first
scary?
one, but I don't remember it being scary.
I
Mm-mm.
recently played this
Like an
game.
action game.
Hmm
It's not. No, It's some P.
Some P, yeah, it's a tense.
Some P
Right
in the
in the
middle or a dribble?
Yeah. I mean, I played it recently. I would think if we all played this as a kid,
Yeah, it's
dribbling.
not how we're judging.
It's a dribbler, dude. It's an action game more
It's
to
a
me.
dribbler.
It's a dribbler.
Yeah, it's a dribbler.
It's a fucking dribbler, bro.
Fatal Frame 2, on the other hand, is not a dribbler.
I hope the developers are watching this and like getting pissed off.
Fuck you, a dribbler? But
That's just a dribbler?
That game.
You're a
fucker.
fucking dribbler.
You piss
Yeah.
everywhere, motherfucker. You soak them shorts. Fatal Frame 2, man. A game
That
that's
game's
based
not a dribbler.
solely around a mechanic, but so works so fucking good.
It's great.
Yeah,
who-
I didn't
who-
play part 2. I played part 1.
Maybe
So,
did we
although I
play both?
did recently watch YMS do a live stream of part 2. It looks pretty good.
It's very good. The Camera Obscura, dude. Cool game.
I
It's a
dig
good
all
game.
that stuff.
For real.
Where would we
I'm not
place
sure.
that?
I guess, is it just me who's played that one?
I think so.
Oh boy.
What's the call, Zach?
When's the last time you played this?
Well, only one like on
Launch?
GameCube or some shit. PS2, like that era. I would say some P.
Yeah, I know they're scary. I'm not too
But
familiar
I know
with
it's
the
scary
games.
though. Like I
Yeah.
feel like it's scarier than that, but since the memory's not there, I would think some P. There's probably people out there, out of the millions of people that are watching this at the time,
Millions
there
and
must be
millions.
a couple people that are like think that this is probably one of the scariest games ever made, but
Dude, how the Japanese so good at doing like creepy stuff?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like their whole culture has a whole different system for ghosts and like
It
how they
is.
should look. And
Their whole
it's
lore-
so
Sure.
cool.
Whoa, their whole
Yeah.
lore of like ghost and paranormal is so different.
Is
Yeah,
that
I've
like
been
the
watching.
same as like yokai? Kind of the same
Yokai is like
Thing there?
spirits.
spirits?
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of like 1960s and 70s horror, like Japanese horror movies. They're so creepy. They got like weird monsters and shit.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
totally
they have
different level
the
than us.
culture is cool when it comes to horror. Different, it's definitely a different style.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Fear.
Mm.
I feel like we've all played
This game,
Fear,
it's a
right?
first-person
Yeah.
shooter where like ghosts like pop in and pop out all the time, right?
So it's like Doom, but like a tad scarier,
It's
basically.
creepy.
I say it's a
It's-
dribbler,
on this-
but maybe in the middle. I don't know.
Yeah, because you have like guns and
It's on the
stuff, like
scarier
machine
side.
guns.
Yeah, when you got guns.
Oh, how scary is a
I guess you have
demon when
guns in
you have a
Resident Evil,
machine
though.
gun?
Like, when you have
Personally, I
guns
was
with a
never
lot of
afraid
ammo.
during that.
Any
But-
part of Fear?
You know when what's her name pops up every once in a while, it would get creepy, but
It's pretty creepy.
yeah. All
It
right,
has its moments. Maybe dribbling. It's a dribbler.
It's a dream.
it's a it's a dribbler.
It's a dribbler. Got another dribbler.
dribbler.
I feel like a lot of these games are going to be dribblers. But whatever. Friday the 13th. I mean,
This game is fucking terrifying when you're playing.
and it's all people controlling. There's no AI, so it's just buddies.
That's one of the
fucking scaring
things
each
about
other.
it is if the person playing
Plays it
Jason is
serious.
actually a good Jason,
Mhm.
terrifying. If they
But
There
think
was a-
about like the first couple
Well-
days we played. No matter what, it was fun and scary. We
yeah,
didn't know all
there's
the
no
hiding
doubt.
spots. We didn't know the maps. It was just fun and scary. You're getting fucking
Yeah.
I got too
Care-
good at that.
like-
I ended up getting too good at that game.
Yeah, we
guess
all
that-
did. I
Zach's
would
not-
go underwear change.
I think you're dead
Ooh.
on with that. Yeah, having not watched it, but I've watched or played it, but have watched a lot of it. I would say second tier.
It's such a fun
Yeah.
game too.
Zach
Yeah.
does make a really good point, though. You got to have a good Jason. Like, if you go
Well,
fairly open,
you need to
Yeah,
have a
but-
good Jason if you've been playing the game for 3 months.
yeah.
If you've
Gotta
been
have a good Jason.
if you've been playing for a couple of weeks, you just hop in
What-
and it's scary.
What
no
makes a
matter
good
what.
Jason on the game?
Just them knowing how to use the character or not
Okay.
messing around, or
Setting
maybe there's like
traps and-
maybe there's like something that the campers do or
It-
that makes them upset and they just fucking quit or something
over
yeah,
like that
no,
or whatever.
knows how
Or,
to snock them.
or they'll go just
Mhm.
stand and you're like, okay.
or they'll just stand still.
But I mean, if somebody's doing the job right, yeah, this shit is fucking scary, dude. When you're hiding like in a bed, under a bed or whatever, and like, or just in the room, you have to crawl in and out of the windows, and he's running around the fucking thing, and then he teleports, and you're like, oh fuck, dude. The
Yeah.
teleporting is the scariest thing.
It is all true, but we
How d-
did end up killing Jason
Thanks,
like
Space
4
Explorer.
out of 5 times. at the end of my cycle of that game. Ended up killing Jason like 4 out of 5 matches.
How does
Yeah.
that compare to the new Evil Dead? Is Evil Dead equally scary?
It's third
Evil
person.
Dead's more silly.
Okay, well, as it should be.
It's fun
Yep.
though. No doubt
More
that it's
camp.
fun, but it's a little campier.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's more campier. There's like spirits and demon. You're like using the Necronomicon to like take a big spirit back at the end. So.
Necronomicon.
The Evil Dead is trying to be camp and is trying to be funny. Friday the 13th is trying to be good and scary. Comes for that reason because it's just different camp, right?
And it's so cool, like how they meshed all of the imaginings of Crystal Lake into like the perfect actual
is cool.
scaled
Yeah.
camp.
Yeah,
They
they did a hell of a job.
Well, there's a few different maps, and they do all of them well.
But I'm just saying, like, there's like 3 or 4, and they're all based off of just the scenes that you see in the movie, and none of it is
Yes.
consistent. So they fucking
Well,
nailed that shit.
They got a lot of consulting from the filmmakers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with
badass,
that
yeah.
game.
But to
like
say-
for some like licensing rules and
Yeah, they
stuff
took
like
it down
that.
already. I think
But
copyrights already.
To say the
went up.
least, that's an underwear change game for sure, especially in the beginning. You got to remember,
Yeah.
horror games are the scare factor comes in your first experiences, just like a horror movie. It's your first experience, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think if you're judging it based off of that, that would go under underwear change.
There's some that are pretty decent lasting though. Resident Evil 7 is still scary for me to play.
Heck yeah.
And there's
Like I say, I haven't played it as much as Friday the 13th. I guess we put it seems like 100 hours into that.
well,
game.
probably more. Yeah. What about Little Nightmares?
So if my microphone
Is that a
allows me,
Dustin
I'm
one?
the only one who played it. Let's see how far I could get.
No, you see,
Dude, I don't
Let's see how
know.
Let's see how
don't
far
you
I
have
can.
your Dustin? Don't you have your
A headset and
buds?
your
don't you
mic
have
and your
your
headset.
buds?
I could try the buds. I don't even know where they're though, dude.
Looks like you have a mic on your cord right now.
Nah.
Oh, just let me see. I guess I could.
Is it? You think it's your microphone or you think it's your internet?
This is
No,
I
microphone.
don't think it's the internet.
It's the microphone only with me. I got the boom.
while
Only
that's
with
Dustin,
him.
while Dustin's figuring that out, maybe we
Yeah,
should go over
skip to
Manhunt.
the next one.
Yeah, we could do Manhunt.
Okay, for me, Manhunt is at the top, but I might have had a different experience. That's
It's
a
a
game I
terrifying
actively
game.
had to stop and step away from because it got to me so much. I was like, it stuck with me a long
In
time.
a scary way, or
Psychological
in like you
factor.
couldn't do the brutal.
It's just tense and, tense and scary to me are pretty close together.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty
But-
synonymous.
You constantly have this fear that you're being hunted, and it can get overwhelming. And then the visceral, like when the murders happen,
Yeah, they take
It's
you
so
into
visceral,
graphic
like,
scenes.
yeah.
yeah, like that's the first game that sort of make me weak in the knees while watching it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a big deal when it came out too. Like, there's
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Oh shit! You know what? Actually, I just saw Callisto Protocol is banned in Japan. It's too brutal.
that's
Wow.
It is not releasing in Japan.
I'm surprised it's not like banned in Germany or Australia. Usually they're
I
the
would
ones
think
that,
Australia. Yeah.
yeah, they're so strict with that stuff.
I don't know why. I don't get that. Why?
Manhunt was banned all over the place.
For sure. We had it. Let's fucking.
Where's it going?
Yeah, I still have my copy.
That's awesome. Yeah, it might be scariest scary games, man.
that qualifies.
I mean, Dustin, are you here at all? No, he's
Can't hear
not
him.
here at all.
Dustin, change your input in your Discord.
Yes.
We can't hear you.
I wish Rockstar would remake it.
I don't think they can in
can.
2022.
No, there's no way it's gonna happen. It's just a dream of mine.
Yeah, some Rockstar games slipped through the cracks early on, just like that one,
Table tennis.
Oh,
Oh.
Can you hear
God
me
damn
now?
you, Zach.
yeah.
God damn you to hell.
I heard you, Dust.
Oh, you
I
said
raped-
you had me. Okay.
Yeah, you're good,
Erase
Dustin.
my
Just
save
sounds-
files, you motherfucker.
This fucking thing.
All right, Little Nightmare.
All right,
There's
Little
a-
Nightmares is not.
Are
Oh.
you fucking kidding me, dude?
He's just giving up. Do you have a notepad you could hold up, or
Write it all down.
yeah.
You're just gonna have to go to the Twitch chat and we'll just read all your comments.
Just try
Oh,
to
yeah.
stick to like 3-word sentences.
Yes.
Little Nightmare, good.
Move on. Is dribbling P?
Dribble P, you think?
Dribbler, a dribbler.
Okay, wait, it's working now. Let's get a breakdown.
Game's cool.
All right, dribbler. Let's move on.
He's so mad.
Game's cool.
Your costume looks good. I don't even know how the fuck you're hearing us with your hat or whatever bullshit's going on.
I can
but-
barely hear you. It's Tim.
Oh,
Burton.
cool.
It's Tim Burton. The game. The design of all the little. You're like a little. You're not. Is it breaking up?
No.
A little bit, but keep going.
So you walk through a house. You're like a weird little puppet. Just like the creepiness is more in the design. These creepers that you're like creeping into their house. Fucking grotesque.
Yeah.
And it's like environmental kind of spooks. But nothing's like really scary. It's just creepy.
Yeah, I see there's dirty dishes everywhere. Ooh.
Yeah.
That
And you know,
scares me.
like-
Fuck out.
It's you played the game Limbo, right?
I
Anyone?
played it for a couple minutes
Played
and then I
Limbo.
turned it
I
off.
beat
So
Limbo.
yeah, you got Limbo inside.
Little Nightmares.
Oh, is
and,
this all the
Little
same team?
Nightmares.
Got it.
No, but the Little Nightmares is basically
So this is
A scary one.
A side scroller?
yeah, it's a platformer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like you're like a really little person basically
Mhm.
walking through the house. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like you have to like hide. They're all
It all sounds
Chase
really
you.
good.
yeah, it's a dope game. It might even be one that
hmm
little that one's great. You can't hear shit, can you?
No, dude.
I'm hearing like every 10 seconds we're hearing a little bit.
Move on. Just do as much as show that. Don't worry
We'll do
about
our
it.
best.
All right, Murder House. I haven't played Murder House.
Murder House is very silly, but it's
What is this game? Where did it come out on? What year?
that's me. It came out in 2021.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a throwback. I don't know. I do all the throwback games. So it's like a throwback. You want to just rank? Are you just trying to find it to rank, or are you doing that just to wait?
Oh, I was just waiting.
Like
where
it's like
is
a
it gonna go?
throwback tank controlled like Resident Evil playing game, but it's not necessarily Resident Evil, but you walk around areas and find items. Jess, so remember the nun
Yeah.
or the
Nun
Nun
Massacre.
Massacre? So it's literally, I know this sounds silly, but it's fun. It's the same game as Nun Massacre, but it's played in a third person perspective. It's a different environment. The objectives are pretty similar though. Like you're still getting like a key to go
Mhm.
unlock the door, and you break a glass and you go in a vent, whatever the case is. And instead of the nun, it's the Easter Bunny, because the Easter Bunny kidnapped your kid and you're on the search for
Okay,
him.
I've seen footage of this game.
Yes, and
Wha- Was it
it's
scary?
really fun. Yes. Maybe some pee.
Some?
Yes.
Okay.
But scary, fun,
Was it like
throwback
pop
horror
scare?
game.
Was it like grotesque?
Yeah, like the Nun Massacre. So it's like pop scares kind of. You hear like things in the
Yeah, creepy
but, you know,
sounds, things
you hear
popping
creepy
up.
sounds. Something might drop. No, nothing drops. That one's
Right.
false. But
Outlast.
It's gotta be
I
at
mean,
the top.
I would rank it.
gotta
Yeah.
be at one of the top.
Yeah, I
ones,
feel
right?
like it's not even a question. When this game came
I
out, it
personally-
was fucking scary.
I
Yeah.
personally think that Outlast 2 is a little bit scarier. But I don't think we've all played that one, so I
No,
thought
I've only played
Outlast
the
would be
first one.
better. But Outlast 2 is fucking terrifying.
Dustin's not even in the Discord. Hopefully he's
No,
think he
coming
gave
back.
up.
mad. He gave up. He's out of it. Oh, MPT's coming up. He's fucking Dustin, dude.
Maybe he's trying to reset some stuff.
But Outlast, so, and we can break down Outlast. Maybe someone hasn't played it. What
No,
are you, a reporter? You're
Yeah.
a reporter going into like a mental hospital, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a reporter. You come in, you basically just have like a flashlight. You don't ever have a weapon. You're constantly just running from people. That was the scariest part.
What's the gameplay loop? You look for batteries. You have to have batteries to power your flashlight.
Uh-huh. And you're trying
Right.
I think you're just trying to escape.
And you also have
Ultimately.
no. It's not a flashlight. It's a video camera. You
Oh,
have
video
a video
camera,
camera.
sorry.
You're looking
Mhm.
through
Yeah.
a recorder, and you have night vision or something like that. You have to gather batteries for your camera to make it through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Scary game. No weapons.
Very stressful and very scary. So that I
Little
think those
hiding
are
spots. You can like hide under a bed, wait for some crazy guy to go by, and then you come out.
And the killer guy was scary as fuck. He was huge.
Yeah, he's real scary. I think it's like multiple though, right? It's just like crazy people in an insane asylum, or is it just one guy following you the whole time?
Maybe you're thinking Outlast 2. I think Outlast 1 is just one.
No, Outlast 2, you're in a cult fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's like a
cult
Jim
place.
Jones thing.
Scary as fuck. I hate it. Whew. Dust?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I changed some things. I don't know. Tell me if it's better at
You
all.
sound good.
It's good so
is.
far.
It's good so far.
I changed a lot of, well, like 3 things.
Where would you rank Outlast?
Oh man. What you guys already talked about this and put it up there, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fucking scary. Game's fucking
Yeah.
scary, dude. I diarrhea all over the place.
Okay.
Game's fucking creeped.
Diarrhea out the dingle?
Oh no.
Yes.
What did I tell you about that, Zach?
No, I can't stop. I can't stop.
I thought we
Okay.
agreed on Dingus.
Oh,
Dang
the
it.
Dungus.
The Dangles.
The Dingus.
Phasmophobia. Who played this one? Zach,
That's
I know you
That's
love
a
this
Zach
game.
That's an online game.
never
where
played
everyone
it.
works together.
Terrifying.
Is
Really?
that like your ghost hunter?
Yes, dude. It's so good. It's
I
so
I've watched a lot of
good.
videos of it.
Yeah, I
So
know
it's
it's
like
popular.
someone in a control room feeding where the ghost is to everyone in the creepy haunted house.
Yeah, so it's no matter what, you wouldn't really play it single player necessarily, but if you were to, it would still be scary. So if you have a big group, if it's single player, it's the best ghost hunting game that I've ever played. There is another one out there right now that's supposedly really popular, but I personally haven't played it. Phas,
Yeah.
I have played a whole bunch. And that game's fucking terrifying. Like it's again some of the most tense gameplay moments that I've ever had.
What kind of spooks is it giving you? Is it like jump scares, or is it always like you always feeling watched, always feeling like
Jump
No,
scares, man. I mean,
it's pure.
it's
It's pretty
creepy.
much pure jump scares, but you're waiting for the jump scare pretty much, and you can beat the jump scare is the thing. That's
cool.
the
That's
fun
the cool
part
part,
about
yeah.
it is you can win. You can beat
that's
the jump
game,
scare.
right?
It's Zach
That's-
Bagans, the game.
That's what I was
Yes,
thinking.
dude.
Fight me, bro! Fucking possess
Your
me,
shirt
bro!
gets tighter. It's sick. But really, but
If you're
but-
here,
Your
fucking
clothes
possess
turn
me.
black.
in all honesty, though, it's a good point. If you have ever, by any chance, seen Ghost Adventures,
Yeah.
all the tools that you use, like you're using EMF
EKG.
readers and you're using that fucking light that puts all the green dots out, and you could see ghosts go by in cameras and stuff like that, and you have
That's cool.
sound like super microphones where you can hear stuff through
Do you have limited
walls
resources,
or like
Zach?
something drop over. Yeah, so you earn money if you do well and you go to a house and investigate, and you do actually investigate and figure out what the ghost is. You earn money from that, and you can buy more equipment and more cameras and set up cameras that have night vision with the green thing and capture ghosts going through or whatever.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's an
pretty cool.
investigation game, really.
Time's ticking the whole time, right? So you have that time. Fucking...
No time limit.
No, okay.
No time limit. So the only time limit that there is the further you get into it, the more pissed I guess the ghost is getting. So it might
Nice.
just haunt you more and harder.
It gets scarier. That's cool.
It'll haunt you
But
hard.
it's a great
Hard
great
haunt.
game. I guess we're getting
So
a lot of
hard.
games on that scariest scary games, but
we'll get back in there.
Yeah, we might have to
We'll
refine
get
a
back
little.
in there.
So Phasmophobia,
But-
scariest.
I would
We
think
find out that
yeah.
Zach pisses his pants quite often.
Mm-hmm.
this might be a good one actually. If it's not very like hardware heavy computer wise, that maybe, and it's not very expensive to where it's something that we might be able to download and play together and maybe do a live stream or something.
All right. Heck yeah.
Now, do we even need to debate about PT?
No, top tier.
Nope. Top tier, not even fucking close.
This game's.
Yeah.
I would
this game's
I would like
snuck up on
actually move it
everybody.
over. I would actually like start ranking those as
We'll
like,
get back into that.
I would
Yeah.
think
Dude,
yeah, we
PT
could do that at the
literally-
end. We'll do that at the
Literally-
end.
Literally dropped as a fucking teaser. This is not even a game. Don't even forget. Like to be the most scary game and
Yeah.
just be a teaser of a game that never.
Yeah,
came
it's
out.
a tragedy that it hasn't become a game.
It
And
sucks
it
ass.
still feels like I didn't see everything that was even offered. Like you still go on like
Yeah.
I remember at the time going on like Reddit posts and people would say things and I'm like,
Yes.
I have not seen that.
Remember,
Yeah.
Still,
remember all the
I've done this like hundreds of times.
You remember when people had us like yelling at our controller, Lisa,
Yes,
and,
dude.
like, all that stupid shit?
There was so
Like,
much like mystery around it in general. Yeah,
Mhm.
there's almost never been another horror game that has had that much like.
and it's in a small room.
I don't even know how to say it.
You're just in a
It's
loop,
weird.
dude.
There hasn't
It's
even been a
insane.
game like that, like with
It's
that
not
much
a
Yeah.
game.
community
It's not
around
even a
it.
fucking game.
It's an experience.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't sold as a game. It's a fucking game. I hate when people say it's not a game. It's a fucking game.
Yeah.
trailer.
Because
If you're controlling it, it's
if
a
you could play
game.
it as a game, yeah.
Yeah, it's a video
Even
game.
even visual novel games are still games. It's number one.
Man, yeah,
Resident
it's
Evil
good.
3 Nemesis on
It's
the
number
PS1, not the remake PS1 version.
Now I fought for this one specifically because of Nemesis. This game's not scary and it's not the best Resident Evil. It's one of the probably lower tier ones, but we beat the shit out of this game. We printed a strategy guide out, wasted all mom's fucking ink. Probably cost more money to do that than it did to buy the
For sure
goddamn
it did.
strategy guide. But that game's really cool. Not fucking scary though. But Nemesis is dope, a dope ass villain.
Well, yeah, just the fact that he's chasing you and you can't kill him and you're always running low on ammo. Classic. I mean, it's not a dry undies. I would say
No.
it's
Sorry.
I'd say it's
Dribbler, dude.
no. I would say beyond dribbler. It's a
it
Resident
some
Evil
P?
game. I would say a some P.
The
like
Nemesis
that.
moments are pretty terrifying.
That's what I'm saying. It comes down to
Yeah.
Nemesis.
If you don't got a rocket launcher, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Because really the rest of the game in Resident Evil aspects isn't that scary because you do have a lot of like power weapons in a way. You have machine guns,
especially in
and,
the end game of
grenade
this. Yeah, you get a
launchers
lot
and-
of weapons.
but still, when those
first play,
Nemesis,
though.
those like 5 times that you're encountering Nemesis
Mhm.
throughout the game are fucking.
and he goes stars.
Yeah, that is some serious shit. I would think a dribbler, but if you guys want to do some P, I wouldn't be all the way opposed.
If you really think about it, guys, Nemesis is on the cover and not any of the protagonists. Like, you know, is that the first time for Resident Evil?
Well, it's not supposed to be Resident Evil 3. We all have to remember that too. There's just some like contract obligations to where they had to put out as three numbered Resident Evil titles on PlayStation. Really, this was just supposed to be Resident Evil Nemesis, and Code
Mhm.
Veronica was supposed to be Resident Evil 3 on the next gen consoles, but so that's why it's so similar and is not the longest game or anything like that. Well, fun fact.
Fun fact. Factoid. Resident Evil 7, on the other hand, that basically is that came out because PT came out. That's why
I
they went
mean-
to first person, you know? That's why they brought the hyper realistic graphics in it. That game's fucking freaky, dude.
The only thing I'll say about that one, the first third of it, some of the
Up,
scariest
Jesse, up.
gameplay. The second 2/3 of it, they're
It
not.
falls. It falls. It goes into action territory. You go into that ship, you know, towards the end, and
Again, we're not ranking on most fun.
I
That
think
would be
second tier is probably.
I would think underwear
justified.
change.
yeah, I think so.
For me,
I would think so as
playing this
well.
game in VR when it came out was
Oh.
the scared I've ever been in my
True.
life.
VR is pretty up. I mean,
It was
you
to
wanna
the
make
point where
case?
I have the headset on and I'm just not even moving, and then Marley would be like,
Sweating.
"What's going on?" And like, well, I don't want to walk
But how far did you get into it
in VR to the trailer outside.
Yeah, at some point it would have gotten to the same parts that we're talking about and not as scary in VR, right?
Yeah, we'll keep it at underwear change, I guess.
It is terrifying though. You aren't wrong about that. Those first parts, even playing on controller, even the little demos that were coming out were really
Mhm.
scary. But
Yeah.
I don't know if it could be justified just because of what the rest of the game is.
the VR factor is
Well,
a
if
big
this ain't
factor,
making
though,
it up to
but
the scariest, and I have some other problems with the scariest list.
You just make the case, dude, because you're right. If you have it in VR, if people that played it in VR, that does add a level of immersion that will freak you out way more.
Yeah, it's part of the game. If it's part of the
It's
game, then
100%. You can make that case, and if you want to fight for it, put it up there, and we'll.
because I
talk
told you
about
guys
it
to put
after.
Manhunt at the top, and I don't even know if that's justified. That's just my own
That
personal.
that would be
experience.
my argument, is that Manhunt is way too high.
Yeah, bring it down then.
To make it leveled out with Resident Evil 7 and some P's.
Yeah,
I
it could
think-
even go to like middle or second tier. You know, that's just my own thing with it.
Looks good.
Dude,
Manhunt is dope though. I missed you guys
I'm
talking about
always
that. That game's
sore.
just grotesque, dude. The fucking level kills you could do or whatever. That's another one though where you're like the fucking
Lose some of the things,
crazy.
man.
You could drill some people's heads and shit.
Yeah,
You sure
so
can.
good. Rockstar
very
doesn't have
brutal.
fun like that with games anymore. They just make Grand
No.
Theft Auto and Red Dead only now.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks. Silent Hill 2.
Silent Hill 2 is a
we only
weird
picked one
one.
Silent Hill on here, and we chose 2 because it's the best,
best
according
one.
to everyone. Yeah.
Silent Hill 2 is a weird one for me personally because I know what Silent Hill is so well, but I never played any of them. But my best friend loves Silent Hill so much that I played part 2 with them a few years ago. And obviously it wasn't like super scary to me at the time, but it's one of those ones where I can see at the time of it coming out on PlayStation was probably top-notch horror game. So I can't really place it. It's hard for me.
It came out at the same time as Resident Evil, right? Silent Hill series, but they went more on the psychological horror kind of.
Yeah, it's different than Resident Evil. It's a psychological
like
game.
mental stuff more than just fucking zombies and yeah. I don't know. So no one's played it though, really?
I
Yeah.
played it a long time ago.
I totally played and beat it, but
Where-
it just wasn't that long ago. So
Where
that's
would you two place that then?
Maybe some P, but
I would
maybe
think-
others would have higher ranking
again,
for it.
like 20 whatever year old me would say some P2, but yeah, I think this is our list, so make it happen. Some other people probably do think it's the scariest game, but it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Or like one of the best ones, you know. Well, again, that's what
At
makes
least one
it-
of the best horror games. Yeah, it might not
we're
be
not-
scariest.
Yeah, we got to remember we're doing horror level
Yeah, it's
specifically.
got atmosphere to spare.
Mm-hmm. They're bringing it back for a reason, dude.
Yeah.
Splatterhouse, on the other hand, is not a scary game. It's a Sega Genesis game, and we got and like it's a really old game, but it is one of the first games to bring I think the mature rating. Am I right on that, Matt? that-
Yeah, that was one of
right?
the first controversial games.
I remember going to rent that, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't rent it." I was like, "That never happened to me. What do you mean I can't rent this video game?
Yeah,
You can't rent it." Like well, now I really want to. What the fuck?
and you see it now, and it's so tame, but it was a big deal.
It's totally dry undies. It wasn't scary even at the time. We got it just for the gore.
It's
just
like when they were
gory.
having those trials and stuff about Night Trap, and you're like, dude, have you guys played the game? It's
I love those
ridiculous.
documentaries,
It's so
yeah.
bad.
So
It's just like fucking monkey men crawling around with like
Mortal Kombat as well. You know, all the shit they were complaining about in those trials, like those, it's not that it's not that
Yeah.
crazy. Retrospect. Dry undies.
yeah, for sure.
Splatterhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Was there even like a chance of it being scary when it did come out? Like, were there kids that were playing that were
It was
scared
like the
at
hype
the time?
around the
or-
gore. I don't think we were being spooked.
Yeah,
but
it was
you
more
like-
just about those
like Mortal Kombat?
gross
But-
factor.
But at the same time, you kind of like didn't want your parents to see because you felt like you were getting away with something. So I'm just, it is a horror game, but no, it's not fucking scary.
Yeah, definitely dry undies.
Got
Mhm.
it. Got it.
Pop it in, Jess. Splatterhouse, dry undies.
Your
He's
breads are
fixing his
coming out.
hair. He's fixing his hair.
Oh, his hair.
Yeah, I get that.
It looks good. It
Thanks.
looks good.
You look gorgeous, dude.
Yeah.
Suffering, another good
Never heard of it,
Again,
nor played it.
action horror game.
It's a game that takes place in a prison, and it's a lot like Nightmare Creatures, where it's third person, wandering around. But the creature designs are really cool. It's all dark. It's a lot of dark hallways. I would put it in dribbling.
Dribbles.
Yeah.
I would think the same exact thing. Again, fun, old
Creature-
school playing, arcade style like playing where
Yeah.
it's almost like it plays like Dead to Rights, but it has horror aspects
That's
going
cool.
around
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I
that
believe
sounds
the
really
creature
fun.
designs were done by Clive Barker.
That's
I think
sick.
you're
Yeah,
right
those
about that.
Knife arm, knife
I
leg.
think you're right about
freaks.
Yeah.
that.
Love that.
There's like people there's like some kind of drug that's in the game that
Oh,
you
no.
take and go crazy and you turn into like you get superpowers, but
Probably
it might be part
marijuana.
two.
Max vibe, dude.
It might
the
be pot.
painkillers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a dribbler. That's a good game. It's fun.
It's a good dribbler. Great dribbler, Bren.
It has scary aspects. It's not like a horror game, but it has scary aspects.
That's a top-notch dribbler.
Yeah. We got a dribbler.
The Forest, Zach. I think you popped this one on here. Are you the only one on
Jesse.
this one?
No, Jesse has definitely played this
Oh, you
game.
guys
We've
both?
played it together.
This is one of my like top 5 favorite video games.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
It's
I know
fun.
it's pretty scary.
Survival. You're in a forest. It's a survival game, and there's, I mean, pretty much it's cannibals that are chasing
Nice.
after you, trying to come and take your shit out.
I mean,
So you build.
you're a cannibal yourself.
You don't have
Oh.
to be.
Well,
Oh, I was.
The survival
Yeah.
of it all makes you eat maybe if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely are enticed to eat humans.
I would
in
always
certain
eat all
parts
the
of that game.
humans. I didn't give a fuck.
Jesus Christ.
And
I
it
would
almost-
say that's a
it
scary
almost-
game. If it makes you think you have to eat humans.
It almost feels like a fuck you to them because they're all trying to eat you, and
Uh-huh,
you're
you're
like,
like,
"No,
I'm
bitch,
gonna
I'm gonna
eat you
eat
too."
you.
And you don't get
Get
like
the fuck
punished
out
for it.
here.
You don't get like diseased or anything.
Oh.
Well, you get to cook it.
You have to.
Do you
yeah.
throw up after? Do they
If
give
you
a little
eat it
puke
raw,
animation?
it's bad.
No, you don't throw up. Human meat's
There's no
good.
throwing up.
It
But
probably
anyways,
is. Let's try some.
the ultimately you crashed on a plane on an island. I think you can play 4-player co-op. You're pretty much always playing this game co-op because you need people to help you build your camp or whatever. But you crashed on an island in a plane. You have to look for equipment ultimately to get you off of the island. That's kind of the end goal. And there's like certain steps that you take. It is linear in a way. There is things that you have to do in order to get to the ultimate goal.
But you don't have to
But
trigger them in any
everything-
order.
Everything around that, though, there's fucking cannibals chasing you, and it's terrifying. You build weapons, you build forts or whatever.
Have you guys seen videos of like the tribal people that have diseases from eating human meat?
No.
Yeah, you get this disease from prions, and that it pretty much puts holes all through your brain,
Oh god.
and you just like you can't stop shaking.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Well, this is the Macabrecast side.
yeah. We'll
This
get into
episode.
that at some point.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so cover that another time.
That's fucking brutal, dude. Let's make a metal band
That'd be a
based off
good
of that.
cover.
What do you know what it's called? Is it like an amoeba or something like that?
I forget what it's called. It's
Damn it.
I know what it causes the disease. It's prions in the brain. It's
Oh, that's a good
yeah.
metal band name. Let's do it.
prions in the brain.
Let's go, dude. Maybe underwear change for that one, Jess? Or is it
Yeah,
a
I would
sun
think
pee?
so. Because
Yeah, put it
anytime
there.
it turns night and you're out there, it's
It's
fucking
scary.
terrifying.
It's
Yeah.
scary.
Well, most
Good
of these
one.
games we picked on here, I guess we did already pick for them being really scary, so it's not that big of a deal to have a lot up there. House of the Dead,
No,
though,
I
man,
mean,
that's just fun.
We kind of started the list with just horror games that we have enjoyed, or
Yeah.
And then the best of the
yeah.
best.
House of the Dead is dry undies, but it's a top tier game.
We know.
What
we
a
all know
game.
this.
Let's get an explanation. What's House of the Dead?
And the
It's a
movie's
rail
great.
shooter, classic
It's
rail
old
shooter,
Time Crisis
arcade,
arcade shooter, 2-player co-op.
Sega
fucking
What year?
Dreamcast.
The cheesiest acting in
1999.
video games.
All right.
Hit some lines,
Don't
Zach. What-
come!
Yeah.
Don't come!
What's the guy in the tower's name? I
Who's
can't
the
think
guy
of
in
it.
the tower?
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah, what is it, dude? There's some good ones in that fucking game, bro.
Guy in the tower.
It's some of the best fucking voice acting that you've ever heard
Some of the
in a
best,
game.
yeah. Real professionals.
I mean, it's better than which stuff.
They probably got
G,
paid
his
more
name's
than
G.
the Bayonetta actor.
Ah, G. Yeah,
G.
G, dude.
Not scary. So sick.
What a good game. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's it. It's not no.
This
not
one's
even dribbling down.
This
the
one's
lake
gonna
for
be a
that.
little debatable. Last of Us part. Let's start with part 1.
Last of Us Part 1 way scarier than Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get
way
a lot more
way
darker.
scarier.
Well, maybe a
I
step
mean, I
up.
don't know
think
if
it's gonna
I wouldn't call either of them too scary, but maybe this is a dribbler and Last of Us
It
Part
can-
2.
it can
That's a
get
dry
pretty
undies.
tense.
It gets
They're definitely
intense, dude, and
tense.
some of the fucking villains that you're going after, yeah.
Like the
you know,
clicker moments when you're
That's
walking
true.
through.
the clicker, dude, the sound design of the clickers alone is like some of the best shit I've ever heard. Like
You're
they're
right, you're right.
creepy as fuck.
I would think it's a some peer.
Then part 2 is maybe a
Okay.
little under.
It's
I actually
similar,
haven't played part 2.
it becomes similar to like The Walking Dead, like what they try to say in that show and whatever. Like the humans end up kind of becoming worse than the fucking
Exactly.
monsters, right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the humans end up being the monsters.
which is scary.
Yeah, the fireflies or whatever the shit.
but not.
I'm not sure on
scary
Last of
game.
Us 2. That's up to you guys. It didn't like from what the trailer showed. It didn't look like it's trying to take any kind of horror aspect. Like
Yeah,
Last
I
of Us
almost would
Part
call
1.
Last of Us 2 a dry undies, dude.
They're more just post-apocalyptic with monsters in it, you know.
Because
I
the
would
first
say
one,
throw dry undies
the
then.
first one,
I don't think it's
intro.
dry undies, Jesse. There's some moment. There's one moment in Last of Us 2 specifically where you're using. It's one of those loading screens where you're like going through like the wall, and then the fucking dude punches through the wall. Like there's some good jump scares in part 2. I'm only like 70%.
Matt, have you also played Part 2?
I started playing it. I couldn't really get into it.
It's a little
Because
much,
it's not
dude.
scary.
Oh, dude.
No, I just didn't have time.
One of my
like-
favorite games of all time.
I think
Yeah.
I think some Last of Us, Dribbler, Last.
I'd
of
like
Us
to go
2.
back and play it sometime.
It's
I
not
just
dry undies, bro. Because at the very least, your balls are sweating. We didn't add that
Not
as
a
a
dry
tier, but it
undies.
happens.
I would call it a
Ball
dry
sweat.
undies, but we could keep it in a
Ball
dribble.
sweat.
we didn't take
Okay.
in the ball sweat factor.
No, we
Damn it.
didn't.
Fuck.
My bad.
That's like at least 40% of the fucking equation. How did I fuck that up?
I
What?
The
Walking
Walking
Dead,
Dead.
I
This is
added
all
this.
Dustin.
I'm the only one who added this or played this game, right?
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
it's like the first good Telltale game, and it's graphically it's all cell shaded. It doesn't look scary. It's not very atmospheric. It's just a great game, and it is a horror game because you are dealing with zombies, and you have to make a lot of fucking critical choices like really quickly. So like that alone, it's more in the tense level. It's dry undies though, but that's the first
Is
game
it?
that ever made me actually kind of fucking cry. The ending's amazing. The story's amazing. You are getting attacked by zombies. It's a Walking
Okay.
Dead game,
So
obviously.
yeah, if you're crying
It's a
from
well-done game.
feels,
Dude,
dry undies.
it was feel. It's a feels game. It's not fucking spooky.
But
You
it
got
has
dry
horror
undies,
aspects.
dry undies,
what-
and wet eyes.
Balls
It-
weren't
it's a-
even
it
sweaty.
has
dude.
horror
My-
aspects, though.
I mean, did I say I cried?
You sure
You
did.
said you
I
said
Does
mean,
it
you cried.
count if your tears drop onto your balls?
Oh,
Mm.
Holy
that's
shit,
a whole
dude.
nother level.
Dude, I just changed the game.
Oh,
We're gonna have to
Start over.
restart.
Call
Yeah.
someone. Call someone.
Yeah,
There's
put 'em
someone
all
we need to
down.
call for this.
That's a 10 out of 10 game though on the
Do
road.
you have one of those red phones?
Yeah, the fucking the president phone.
I know they're important.
Until Dawn, another one. Until Dawn basically is like the same similar type as The Walking Dead. You know, you're moving and making choices as you go, but way
It's
fucking
the same.
scarier though.
Okay, no, thank
Way
you.
fucking scarier.
It's pretty.
That game is
It's a pretty
scary.
scary game. I
But
don't
they
know.
did take the Telltale kind of,
Mhm.
style.
But just because you have such
can
a
almost-
lack of control, I don't know if it would even qualify for an underwear chain.
It's
In
all
a in a
it's all
weird
quick time events,
way, and you can kind of choose what scares you want in a way.
Same
you
thing
can
with The
choose how
Walking Dead,
scary
yeah.
it's gonna be.
Yeah, like I'll go this
Almost.
way, even though I know it's more risky.
You know it's gonna be scarier, maybe in a way.
Probably
So that's
some
kind of
key.
one of the weird things about it.
I vote for some P.
It's a fun game. I only played it the one time.
It's kind of a one and done. I mean, you could get multiple endings and stuff like that, but
I mean, this
I think the
one,
director's cut, dude.
no question, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
if you're going off the time period and what we felt at the time, there was
Yeah, at
nights
the
I
time.
couldn't. There was
You
nights
have
I
to on
couldn't
that
go to
one.
sleep.
Yeah, I think these
Like,
are
for
all based
reals.
off of our first
The
plays.
dog
Yeah,
shattering
I
through
think
the
that's fair.
window, the first zombie looking over his shoulder with like some of the best graphics.
The elevator coming down on you.
The unfortunate thing is it does have kind of the same thing that I was saying about 7. Like it after the first third of the game, there are moments it's not the scariest. Like the big plant that you fight isn't necessarily scary or the shark.
The
like, it is
snake?
scary, but the snake is kind of scary.
And that's
But
towards the end
anyways,
game.
I think it's the
it-
lack of ammo that is the most scary thing in that game. You have to
That's-
know how to
it's definitely
manage
what
your
makes
resources.
it's definitely what makes a survival horror game.
Yeah, they started.
Yeah,
that.
they did
Resident
it.
Evil 7 towards the end lets you just fucking have a machine
Yeah,
gun and kind of
it-
go off.
Yeah,
Resident
you
Evil
have to be
director's got the-
mathematical with your ammo in that game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
multiple
inventory
save
management
files.
is huge when it comes to survival horror games as well. So that game pretty much made the template of what we
Mhm.
all know today as survival
100%,
horror.
dude.
So yeah, scary game.
If you didn't have a memory pack with at least 8 blocks, you're fucked, bro. Because you need to fill those
Eight
suckers.
blocks.
Remember the memory packs, bro? Blocks.
Oh, dude.
Has anyone ever
Oh.
gotten an original Xbox to say less than 50,000 free blocks or whatever?
No.
No, I don't think so.
How the fuck do you do that? What do you have to do that?
You have to
How
delete
big?
all the Mario Kart
I,
saves.
it was. I think. I think it was about 500 megabytes.
That's why. That's why there's so much free space on everyone's Xboxes. They
Yeah.
deleted everyone's fucking Mario save.
All right, Alan Wake is a dribbler.
Alan
Yeah.
Wake is a dribbler.
Okay.
Atmospheric, good, but
Anyone want
dribbling.
to? You've played that game, Matt?
Yes.
Like all the way through?
No. I rarely finish games. Like I get the
So-
idea of it. I'm like, oh,
so
okay, I got
Alan
it.
Wake-
I'm with you on that, Matt.
Kind of a
Yeah.
general
Totally with you.
aspect of what Alan Wake is you're a writer and you go to it's almost kind of like The Shining in a it's like a
It's
Stephen
very
King
Stephen
book.
King. Yeah.
So you're a writer and you go away to a scary town. It's like The Shining and Silent Hill mixed together.
Lots of
you go-
atmosphere.
You go to a scary town. Your wife goes missing.
Yeah.
There's things that go. There's like nightmare
Sounds
kind
like
of
Silent Hill.
monsters.
Wife
Use a
missing, you're in a
flashlight.
town.
A lot of it is about a flashlight. Use flashlight to reveal enemies, and then you can shoot
Yeah.
them. So the whole gameplay loop is using the flashlight to reveal the enemy, and then you're able to kill them pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a cool,
So-
a cool mechanic, yeah.
It
I
is all
didn't
really cool.
I didn't play Nun Massacre. I have no idea what that's about.
It's
Very
an
tense, too.
indie game, like PlayStation graphics, throwback game. It's pretty
We had a
fun.
couple of those on here, didn't we? Or
Yeah,
did
it's similar to Murder House, like Zach was
Murder House,
saying.
yeah. So would it like instantly go to that same tier, or
Probably.
other ones
This is kind of a-
scarier?
I think it was a little scarier, but it's still.
The only thing I would say that's different is it's first person, so it might be a little
Mhm.
scarier.
Oh, Murder
in
House
that
is
way.
third person game.
Murder House is third person.
And the sounds are like real scary, and you're constantly
It's
like,
more silly though. It's more like
It is.
Yeah, it's a sumpy. It's sumpy.
yeah.
Well, so Doom 3 is obviously scarier than the original Doom. They finally tried to make that game scary by making it dark, and
That game is
Flashlight, the
scary.
lighting effects.
It's pretty scary.
it's
That
pretty
game is scary
yeah.
for reals, especially on those.
It's
first
claustrophobic.
playthroughs.
Yeah, the
Very-
monsters just like
yes.
pop out of the walls and shit and come out of the
Yeah.
ceiling. You're like,
But
fuck,
It's not.
dude.
It's definitely not traditional Doom in any kind of way. It's like the opposite of what
They
Doom
kind
is.
of did
but
the whole ammo, you know.
they did the
scarcity in
little
that.
Yeah.
ammo. They did not many weapons. You don't just have like a whole. Well, you have a lot of weapons, but it's not as crazy as what Doom would be necessarily.
Yeah, it's not run and gun.
For me, it's an
No.
underwear change. It might be lower for you guys.
No, I would definitely say underwear change.
Yeah, it was a
personally,
scary
too.
game.
It's a scary fucking
Especially
game.
at the time how good the graphics were and the lighting effects.
Yes.
Like that's
Yeah.
really what got it.
One of the very few games that is on the idTech 4 engine or something. There's only like 4 games that were on the
Mhm.
Unreal 4 engine or something like that. and that
Anytime
was
you're
one
in
of
a
them.
anytime you're in a dark room in a video game and you're literally relying on your flashlight,
Just
It's
a little
creepy,
circle.
bro.
demon
There's
coming
like
at you.
there's like
is gonna
things that
fuck you
drop
up.
from the ceiling and hang in front of you,
Mhm.
and it happens throughout the whole fucking game. It doesn't stop. It really
stop.
doesn't.
Underwear change needed. It's
Yeah.
perfect for that one.
And you would
And how about Doom Part
yeah,
1?
you would assume Doom 1 is a dry undies, but no, man. First time playing this game was no joke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's at least.
Well,
a
I was also
dribbler or
like
higher.
I was also like 6, but come on, dude.
That counts though. You got to put yourself in that mindset. Freaky
Some
as-
P.
I would vote a some P.
and it's just so.
Cox is here.
legendary. Oh, all
I
right.
don't
Right.
know, man.
Fatal Frame.
Oh, Cox is there?
Yeah,
Fatal Frame.
try to text you guys.
Guys, we're dealing
Yeah,
with
I
internet
saw it. I was trying to
issues, and
speed
we
it
got
up.
People coming in.
Oh,
Let's see.
All right, Fatal Frame for me.
I gotta go
second
though.
tier.
Like he's outside.
Let's place the 4.
Okay.
Let's place them and end it.
Fatal Frame.
Go, go, go.
Second tier for me.
Really? Underwear? Never played
Yeah.
it.
Probably.
Resident Evil 4
is
some P.
dribbling.
Oh,
Dribbling? I'd
Maybe
say
I
some.
some P, dude.
Maybe I've
Yeah,
played it
some
too many
P.
times.
Yeah, you have.
Once you get to the castle, the
Resident
first
Evil
time you see the
2,
village,
scariest scary games.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking scary.
definitely
Mr.
6 is
X.
Great. Evil
Evil
Within,
Within.
scariest scary
Probably
games
an
as
underwear
well.
change.
What?
Really?
There's some
Or
moments in there.
scariest scary games. I would think
Yeah,
underwear
no,
change.
you're right.
though.
You
I'd
know-
say underwear change.
I think, yeah, I agree, because it's more on the Resident Evil 4 level, more fun than scary, but great atmosphere, great
Ooh.
fucking level design.
Damn it, fucking Cox
Burn through
actually
those.
got there like right on time. What the fuck is
Unbelievable.
this?
This is not.
In the
Cool.
first time of
Ever?
history.
I had a
Thanks
feeling.
for watching our show. I guess Jesse really is looking over. The guy's like in the house staring at him. He's not. Is he
He's
in
staring
costume?
at him right
He's
now.
watching you on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Check us up. Check us up. Check us up.
Oh.
Gangland, guys.
Scariest,
Maybe on our
scary.
maybe-
Let's just list
maybe in
the
the
top.
beginning-
The scariest scary games, the ones that made the top though: Dead Space, Amnesia, PT, Five Nights at Freddy's, Outlast, Phasmophobia, Resident Evil Director's Cut on PlayStation 1, Resident Evil 2 remake.
That seems
Great.
pretty.
I think that's
solid
pretty
to me.
solid.
Sounds solid to me.
Yeah,
Love it.
good job, guys.
It really does.
Sorry, I
Alright,
have
guys.
to cut this off, but
Thanks
Maybe
for
we
watching,
can do it.
talking to you.
Maybe we
Yeah.
can do a quick review on the next week's episode.
yeah,
of
we'll
this.
bring it
we'll-
back up or something.
We'll cover it
Mhm.
to fill in the gap.
Thanks for joining, Matt.
Yeah, thanks,
Hey,
man.
thanks for having me. It was a fun
Appreciate
time.
it, dude.
We're gonna check out
We-
Macabrecast.
Now we need to all get on one of your
Yeah,
episodes.
check out Macabrecast. Check out the YouTube channel, Macabrecast Clips.
All right, gotta go.
Gangline Assembly Podcast
Bye.
Network.